Alright, so I've decided to hit y'all with a 2 for 2 for the day. This album here, Camron's S.D.E, Sex, Drugs, and Entertainment. I'm going to talk about that one here. Now, I'm going to be real with y'all. The way people were hyping Camron up, I didn't really see a big deal in him at first. That horse and carriage shit was goofy to me. I mean, the 357 joint and Pull It, they were cool, but that was because of the features when he had DMX up there. But I wasn't really impressed with him. So, the Confessions of Fire album, which came out in 98, it did what it did, but I remember it more so being clown because of his album cover and the song he had where he allegedly was talking about sleeping with his cousin. Now, the album didn't do what it did. He fell out with and I heard this time around he was going to come back harder. He was going to come back, put out the music that he feels. So, this is where Sex, Drugs, and Entertainment was born. And I was like, okay, I'm going to see what Camron is talking about. Because, I wasn't really seeing too much of a big deal with him with the first album. So we'll see what he got with the second album. So he hit us with the first thing off the gate, the Monday Night Football joint. Let me know. That joint was hype. And this is where he started throwing shots at Jay. When the fuck we start bouncing. He was referencing to Can I Get a What? When Jay was like, bounce. And in Cameron's mind, he was like, yo, when did New York start bouncing? We don't bounce in New York. So, that's where that started. But the video was hype. You can't help but to get hype for Monday Night Football. I never heard anybody sample Monday Night Football until then. So, going on to the rest of the album, it's straight hard. You're never going to hear Camron rap like this again. Because as soon as he signed with Rockefeller, he changed his whole style up. He dumbed it down. Now, he's still nice, but Cam let it loose on this album. And the way he was rapping, you're never going to hear again. Especially on my favorite joint up there. One of my favorite joints up there was That's Me. That's Me is one of the hardest joints he ever did. It sounds simple, but the way he spit it. He said something like, I ain't no rapper beat, I ski Uzis, and I can't act, turn out 3 movies, so give me your chain, your jewels, and your cash, and your fast food, I'll eat your food fast. My rude ass, carry 3 weapons, and I'll give your face a C-section, and keep stepping. Who else is gonna hurry the murk? We kill girls, rape them, bury their skirts. Woo! One fly today, but that's the type of time when he say Killer Cam was back, this is what he mean. The dude that just say whatever. You seen flashes of that when he was talking about Nas, when he said take your daughter R. Kelly her face. But this is the type of time Camron was on. So then you go on to other songs up there. Violence with ODB, Rowdy Joint. And this is where it start that relationship with ODB and, the Diplomats eventually. And it verged on the Rockefeller. This is probably the first Diplomats Wu-Tang collabo. And then you had Losing Weight, which is possibly the best collab and the best song up there with Prodigy. That beat, man. That beat is legendary alone. I might have to use that for the next off-the-cuff radio instrumental or something, because that beat there is beautiful. It embodies the New York sound. But then, Cam, he got his softer joints up there. He got the joint for the ratchets like Freak, What Mean the World to You. I sort of didn't like that song. I thought it was a little bit cheesy, but when you're in the club at that time, that shit went hard. Then he had to do it again with Destiny's Child. And this is where he also referenced, I got your girl on the track talking about selling crack when he was dissing Jay. This was the song he was talking about. Then you also had him introducing his new crew at the time was the Diplomats. We talking Joel Santana, Jim Jones, Freaky Zeke. Hell Rail didn't come in till later on, but they were introduced on this album as Cam's new crew, and they did a thing. They did their part. Joel's, he was just straight spitting. He didn't come with a gimmickly type flow at first. He was still finding his way. Same with Jim. But these guys were hungry, and you could tell by listening to those songs. Like there was another song that Cam did with Duchess Spade, which was hard. And my other joint, this is the one I forgot. It flipped me. If I forgot it, where I'm from, that beat, doom, 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 doom. Cam straight went off on that. That's probably his best verse to me. Listen to that song, Where I'm From. That's probably his best verse. It got a Source Quotable of the Month with that. But yeah, man, Sex, Drugs, and Entertainment, it was a cold album. It didn't get the look that it did because of the bootlegging, but man, Cam impressed the hell out of me with this joint. So definitely check it out if you can find it. If you can get the bootleg, man, you a lucky camper. So I'm out for the day. Be sure to look out for some of the clips that I'm about to be posting up. I got interviews with Wendy Day going up. I got interviews with Big Project from South Central Cartel, Glasses Malone. I got a lot of stuff coming, so be on lookout, man. Holla.